Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I'm going to do is debunk a myth, and let's get started. Black women, in my most humble opinion, black women, they are not, they are not the bringers of life. For years, we have watched black women put themselves on pedestals, and from those pedestals, they have proclaimed boldly that they are the bringers of life, the creators of life. Some has went as far as to say that they are a goddess and that they are the cradle of life. And then you have foolish men like Steve Harvey who say things like, a woman should not have to bring anything to the table because she has the ability to create another you, because she has the ability to bring you another you. And then you have men who say things like, she gave me children. And you have women who say, I can give you a child. Let's break this down, okay? The words give, the word gave, both of those words are preceded with intention. What do I mean? If I give you anything, I intended to do so. If I gave you anything, I intended to do so. You see, a woman, she doesn't give you a child. She births you a child. Through birth, she produces a child. And birth is nothing more than the functionality of the womb. It's biology, okay? If a woman was truly the bringer of life, then she would have complete power over life. That would mean that she would be able to conceive at any time that she wanted to. And that would also mean that she would be able to prevent herself from having a baby. But we know this isn't true because they have to use birth control to prevent pregnancy. We also know that there are women who struggle getting pregnant. If they really were the bringers of life, that would not be an issue whatsoever. You see, a woman has no power over the child that is forming in her womb. The man's seed, which is his sperm, is the life that he puts into the woman. Women cannot give us life. Men bring life to women. Our sperm swims. It swims as if it has a mind of its own. That's because it is alive. A woman's womb is reactionary. A man's sperm, his seed, is proactive. A woman's womb is the fertile ground in which we plant our seed to bring forth a child. Your womb reacts to the life that we are putting inside of you. So you cannot give us a child. We give you children. Excuse me. Let me give you an example. When a chef wants to make a cake, he envisions it first. He sees it in his mind, the cake that he wants to make. And then he begins to get the eggs. He begins to get the ingredients. He begins to get the pots and the pans to create this cake. And when the cake is done, the cake belongs to him. When a man wants a child, he uses the woman's body as a resource, just like the chef. He borrows and uses the things that are inside that woman's womb to develop the child that he placed into her. And when that child comes out, it belongs to him. Now, what do I mean by that? That man has more possession over that child than a woman does. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's true. And if I am wrong about this, then why is it so important to some women that a man signs his first and last name on the birth certificate if the child is not his? You have to understand the importance and the power of a man's last name. When a man places his last name on something, that means that it's his property. I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about possession. I'm talking about property. Whenever a woman say things like, that's my babe, she is showing that she belongs to him. Whenever a man say, that's my wifey, that's my baby right there, he is also showing that that woman belongs to him. Women belong to men. We don't need women. We procreate with women. We can love women, but we don't need them. Women came from us. Women never came from men. Biblically, a woman came from a man. She came from the womb of a man. Therefore, we got the word womb of a man. Even Adam said, like, I'm going to name her woman because she came from my flesh and from my blood, right? Now, back to this, what I was saying. Women are not the bringers of life. A woman has no power to determine the gender of the baby. If you was the real bringer of life and creator of life, of course, we all know God is the creator of life. He uses men, though, to push out new life. But if you really were the creator of life, then you could have a child of any gender. Excuse me. You could have a child of any gender that you please. How many women have you heard say, "I wanted a daughter, but I got a boy," or "I wanted a boy, but I got a daughter"? Because they have absolutely no power over what is being formed in them. A woman has absolute no power. She has absolutely no power to determine whether or not the child is healthy. She can eat right, exercise, do everything she's supposed to do, but there's no guarantee that the child won't come out with a mental disability or a physical disability, or even if the child come out albino, a different color than what it is. The woman has absolutely no power over that. So if a woman actually was the bringer of life, really this goddess and all this stuff like that, then she would have complete control over that, wouldn't she? Now, anytime back to what I was saying about a man who puts his last name on anything that belongs to him. When a man marries a woman, he puts his last name on the woman to show that she belongs to him, that she is his property. Again, a lot of women are not going to like this, but you belong to the man. In order for you to be submissive to the man, you have to first humble yourself to the authority of the man. Therefore, that's the only way you can be a property of the man. Excuse me. A woman is designed to be an assistant. A woman is designed to be a subservient to the man. Period. That's it. That is your function. Now, when a man puts his last name on his children, that also shows that those children belong to him. So women and children belong to the man, especially the one who marries that woman. You belong to him, and those children are more his than they are yours because he put the life in you that produced the child. Of course, the child is both you and his when it comes to DNA and all stuff like that, but he has more rights over that child because he created that child. You didn't. This is why you find women who are in relationships with other women, they have to go get, what is it called, artificially inseminated. They got to go buy sperm to create a child because they don't have the ability to do so, or adopt. And same thing with two men. They can't make a child. The sperm and the egg has to come together, but without that sperm, man, without the life is in the man's sperm. The life is in the man's seed. The life is not in the egg. The egg is just simply the resources or the tools to build what it is going to be built in that womb. All you do is you're just a carrier of life. You are not the producers of life. You are not the creators of life. The men are the creators of life. We are the producers of life. And all a woman is an incubator. In other words, she just carries that life that's being formed within her belly, her womb. Again, back to the last name. The mortgage is in my last name. That's mine. My car note, my truck note, it's in my last name. That's mine. All the utilities, the water, the lights, the gas bill, all that stuff is in my last name. It's mine. Why? Because it shows possession. It shows that I have the responsibility of this possession. I am in charge. I have authority over it. It is mine. I can claim the right to that. So when we say that child has our last name, that child has more. It belongs more to us than it belongs to the woman, because the men are the creators of life. So again, a woman's womb is reactionary, not proactive. You are simply the fertile ground in which we plant our seeds. So women, you are not the bringers of life. Modern women, black women, white women, Mexican women, anything who has a vagina, a vajayjay, you are not the bringers of life. We put that in you. And I'm always hearing this, that women, that's my child. No, it's not. It's his child. You assist in raising his child. You assist in developing his child, especially in the womb. That's not your child. Regardless of whatever the relationship may be between that man and his child, if that child hates that parent and he's a man, okay, so be it. But he still has more ownership to that child than the mother who's been raising that child all her life, because he brought that child into the world. Period. So women, you are not, absolutely are not the bringers of life. You are not the creators of life. You are just someone that give us what we plant in you. I know you don't want to hear that, but everything I said is factual. Don't care if you don't like it or not, it is the truth. So anyway, I just want to drop that. This wasn't going to be a reaction video. Someone asked me to make this show because this was a topic of one of my live streams, and I said I was going to do it anyway, so I had time to do it. To bring the topic of one of my live streams, talk about black women are not the bringers of life. And this is not to disrespect anybody. This is an educational video. So anyway, y'all have a good one now. And I'll talk to y'all soon. You know how I get down. All right, talk to you later. Have a good one.
Say that you've changed.